They used to call me the reluctant YouTuber because truth wasn't easy to speak. But somewhere between silence and revelation, I realized something. It wasn't just about talking, it was about illuminating. My name is Gues, Tha Illuminator, and I'm here to shed light in the age of deception. This ain't about fame, this ain't about fear, it's about waking up a generation that's been put to sleep. It's about truth over trend, light over lies. If you ever question what's really going on, if you ever felt like there's more than what they're showing you, you're not crazy, you're chosen. Welcome to the illumination, the side that still believes light can conquer darkness. Hey, what's going on, everybody? You ain't gotta guess who it is. You already know. It's Gues Who the Rapper, aka Gues Who the Illuminator, here to illuminate your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game once again, man. Back at it with another one and another powerful message, you dig? So, as usual, you know what I mean? Y'all know what to do. You like yourself, hit that like button. You like someone else, hit that share button. Or if you love yourself, hit that subscribe button. You dig? If you want to be certified to be notified, you know what I'm saying? Hit that notification button by hitting that bell button so you'll get the video as soon as it drops. All right. Now, since, I've been on this, made an exodus from the reluctant YouTuber to where I was just reluctant to do this at all, man, now I'm like, and I was illuminated with this illuminated thing. So, you know what I mean? Now I'm getting downloads, revelations, and things about when you are actually an illuminator and you've been illuminated by God himself to show you what your actual powers are as an illuminator. A lot of us, as illuminators, we are like synonymous with the chosen ones and things like that. I know y'all seen content on YouTube where people talk about being a chosen one. We're synonymous with those type of people. So, you know what I'm saying? And then, in my other video, I was going into identifying and describing what an illuminator is and what their life's purpose and mission is. So here I am back at it again. So, and this one is called how to harness your powers as an illuminator. You there? And I just found out that it was very important that I start writing things down and organizing them, getting my thoughts clarified and getting them structured and writing things down. Because normally I just be up here freestyling, but I just see the importance of I can get it out and articulate it, the message much more clearer. I don't want to do this all the time for not every message, especially when I start doing live. So once I figure out this live thing, going live and, doing that type of move to go live more often and scheduling days, because I want to do everything correctly. But I found out that writing it down or having it printed out or whatever on your phone or whatever and read it back to you so I could convey my ideas with accuracy. You know what I mean? So But today's topic is harnessing your powers as an illuminator. These are for all my illuminators out there, because we definitely have to deal with, this channel is not just going to be dealing with, this channel is not just going to be dealing with government conspiracies and agendas and stuff like that. We have to deal with self-mastery and mental, which leads into mental health. You dig? So, you know, because you go through things as being an illuminator, but you have power. I want y'all to know that you have power. And even me discovering that I have power being an illuminator, you know what I mean? So let me get right into it, man. Refer to my notes, and I just want to open up, man, with basically what I was just saying is every illuminator, they carry power, right? And but it doesn't mean anything if you don't learn how to use it. So today I'm going to try to teach you to access, control, and, you know, strengthen the light that is within you, right? So I have like 6 talking points, and I have bullet points underneath that. The first one I'm going to start with is you have to still your spirit, and by doing that, you utilize the power of silence. See, it's kind of quiet in here right now, you know what I mean, where you can get your thoughts together. And you know, the first illuminator power, one of your powers as an illuminator, is that you have clarity, you know what I mean? And you can't hear your gift, you know, if you can't hear your gift if the mind is loud. So, you know, you want to sit quiet, you know, to yourself. Give yourself about 5 to 10 minutes. No phone, no television, no distractions. What I've learned to do is sometimes it get me in trouble with friends or people that might be trying to reach out. But I like to write in my notebook every day. I would like to plan and write out all my goals every day, daily, on the daily. And if I'm concentrating on the project, or I'm working on the video or whatever endeavors that I'm working on, I like to block out time so I don't get distracted, because I know me, I can get distracted. So I would turn off all my notifications. So that's what I would do. This is what I do, and this is what I suggest that you do. Turn off all your notifications so you don't get a call, and you know, while you're working on something. So that's what I do. And now, you know, you sit in silence every day for like 5 minutes, and no phone, no music, just breathing and just take deep breaths and just, you know what I mean, be aware. And I found out that helps me out a lot. And in silence, you'll notice the guidance that you've been ignoring. See, because when you get silent, then the he that is within you is allowed to speak when it's quiet, and still small voices, and lead you and guide you on you know, on your daily life, what's going on in your life, and it'll speak to you and start giving you knowledge, deposits of knowledge and wisdom, you know what I mean? So it's good to quiet the mind, all right? Because silence actually activates your intuition, and, you know, it sharpens your discernment. These are your powers, your intuition, your discernment, and it opens your spiritual hearing. So we're very sensitive to the spirit. We can hear as an illuminator, right? Now, my second point, number 2, is I got it here. Guard your energy, protect the light. Yo, anytime when you hear guard something, that means you got to be, you know, that's defense. You know how you have the offensive line and things like that on the football, and they're, you know, you have the nose tackle, right guard, left guard. You got to guard, you know what I mean, protect. you know, your light. This is a very big one. So let me just run through what I mean by that. You know, your as an illuminator, your energy is sacred. It's sacred, man. You gotta, it's valuable. You know what I mean? And why? Because you absorb frequencies, emotions, intentions. Even when people don't say anything, you can detect what they're saying. It's like in the movie X-Men, I think it was Days of Futures Past, when Professor Xavier was, you know, when he was in the wheelchair, he could hear everybody's thoughts, and it was driving him crazy to where, you know, he was drinking a lot or taking shots that Hank McCoy, who plays the Beast, who is the Beast, the mutant, the Beast, the blue gorilla looking dude, he created some sort of serum or injection that he can inject, and then Professor Xavier could stand up and walk, and then it will nullify his mutant powers. But when it was on, and when that injection wore off, you know, he could hear everybody's thoughts, and it would drive him crazy. That's what you got. Your power of discernment and clarity and spiritual sensitivity is heightened that much where you could walk in a room and people ain't got to say nothing, and you can hear what they thinking. You can see the expressions on their face, and you feel their energy. And not only that, you can interpret the energy. You know exactly what they saying, and they haven't made anything known audibly. They ain't said nothing, but you know exactly what's on their mind. And a lot of times it ain't good. Especially towards you, you know what I mean? Towards you, it ain't good. Why? Because a lot of people are bound by darkness. They don't want their character flaws or whatever to be revealed. But when you come in, you know, like a lamp or a flashlight illuminating the room, you expose what's really going on. You got to guard that. Look. And to harness your power, you must control. And to harness your power, you must control what you allow near you. You got to be careful of this part. You know what I mean? You got to watch out who you hanging with, man. This is only when you finally acknowledge this is the gift that God gave you. There's nothing you can do about it. You gotta accept it though. There's a lot you can do about it. When I mean about, you can't change the fact that you are illuminated. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So you might as well take responsibility and deal with it. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is what I've been doing lately. And it just organically, I realized that the power that's within me is the greater is he that is within me is greater than he that's in the world. And the Most High, that's the he. And he's the husbandman of my vineyard. So he gets the pruning and snipping things that are no longer productive in my life, old habits that are no longer productive, a lot of what I learned from Napoleon Hill, a lot of drifting and nonsense scrolling and video gaming and watching basketball games. A lot of that's been snipped, you know, pruned from my life and replaced with, you know, making progress in my life endeavors, like doing this video, you know what I mean, and a lot of other things that I got going on. You know what I mean? It gives me access and time for that. But it also snips out people that drain your energy, calling you, draining your energy, and they ain't really talking about nothing. You know what I mean? They're like energy vampires. Some of them really, on the low, are hating on you. Literally on the low. They ain't really concerned about you. They just want to pull whatever they can get from you and keep moving. Don't do anything for you. You know what I mean? But they take what they want from you. and then, you know, just going about their business, or they're like energy or spiritual or energy vampires, you know what I mean? Just sucking the blood out of you and like a carcass and leave you when they done. Damn that, you know what I mean? So you got to limit your access to people who drain your spirit, right? And then there's another thing. So I got avoid chaotic environments, you know, when your energy is low. So when you feel like your energy is low, like some days you feeling like, you know, like you're a little bit distracted, or you're trying to transition, you know, or dealing with something and it's too chaotic, remove yourself, get to your sanctuary, get to a quiet place, man, and avoid it. Avoid chaotic environments when your vibe is low, right? And then, you know, I got here is you clean your space, your spiritual space, meaning your room. You clean your room, clean your mind out, and clear your heart out. Let's deal with the mind. Let's deal with the room first. Room, I'll be having candles lit, incense, have it clean, smelling good, and that just brings a different level of peace to your mind. It resumes you back into a peaceful state of mind. Then you clear out your mind, you know, whatever troubles you're dealing with, you know what I mean? You want to clear those out. Clear your heart out if you have any cynicism, hatred, jealousy, envy, things that could contaminate your spirit. You want to clear them out. You know what I mean? A lot of that is used with the, you know what I mean, the scrubbing of, you know, the detergent of forgiveness. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all need to go to Costco's and buy that detergent and that comet or that liquid cleaner or thing called forgiveness, and clean your heart out with it. You did? So that's what you want to do. Yeah. So what surrounds you either strengthen your light or suffocate it. You know what I mean? 3, trust. This is one thing I had to write it down, man, because you get these downloads, man. You got to trust your first knowing, and this is your discernment powers. These are your different powers that you got. Discernment power. You got to trust it. Trust your first knowing, right? See, because as an illuminator, we don't guess. We know. We know what's going on. We don't guess. We know. I make sure myself guess who. You know what I mean? But we don't guess. We know who. You know what I mean? And normally our first instinct is spiritual, not emotional. You know how you be thinking, oh, I might be tripping or something like that. No. It's spiritual, meaning you're getting the information that you need to get. When something feels off, it is off. When something, as an illuminator, ain't no 99%. No, it's off. When something you feel is off. When you sense a lie, you're right. When you sense somebody lying, you're right. You know you're right. As an illuminator, you gotta trust your first knowing. When somebody's energy feels strange, pay attention. You know what I mean? Mark them, watch them. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's just that inner knowing is letting you know that there's something going on, you know, trying to inform you. And a lot of times we would just blow it off like, you know, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? And we don't want to do that, because that information is vital, because it really is there to guard and protect you. And this is how to harness it. So by harnessing that power, your discernment power, you stop second guessing your intuition. You know what I mean? Stop second guessing it, because I used to do that a lot. Second guessing, like, oh, maybe they just doing this. A lot of these times is dealing with other people. Maybe, you know, he or she is doing this and this and that. No, it's exactly what you interpret it as when you first got it through your power of discernment. No, you follow that knowledge immediately. Bullet point number 2, follow it immediately. You know what it is. So we have to act accordingly. And the third point is You write down your intuitive hits, to confirm patterns. Like, I don't know. I just turned into a straight up crazy journalist, over the past month. I've been journaling, writing down my goals, ideas, getting it all out like crazy, including information such as this. When you start getting your intuition is hit and sparked and illuminated and lit up, man, you might want to write it down, because it'll confirm the patterns of people and behavioral patterns, because it can help you harness your power, because discernment is your built-in warning system. Use it. It's your built-in defense mechanism. Use it. 4, this is powerful. Transform what hurt you. And this is the power of transmutation. Because as every illuminator has been wounded, and it was not to break you, but it was to awaken you. Even in physical things, like I told y'all about cervical myelopathy I got, I thought like, God, like, dang, why these things keep happening to me? And, why I had to be homeless, and why, why I had to come back home. I didn't want to be here. Why did these doors keep slamming in my face? Opportunities that I think that'll change my life financially keep slamming in my face, and and why people getting out of pocket with you and changing up on you, switching up on you. That's part of it was meant to awaken you, shaking you, because you have something in you, a deposit that the Most High left in you from before the foundation of the world that he needs to get out. So he'll use these people as agents to get it out of you. You know what I'm saying? But your power grows when you turn your pain into purpose. This is like a purpose, me getting on here and teach you how to harness your powers as an illuminator. Steps, provide like 4 steps. I had to identify what, hurt me and what scarred me. I had to find out, well, what hurts you? Me, for instance, going through a severe breakup or a divorce, losing everything. Then, basically feel like I've been wandering ever since then, losing contacts with my children, and my participation in that whole devastation, that scarred me. What did it teach me? It taught me a lot of things about maturity, especially holding myself responsible for the part that I played in, the fall of that relationship, the fall in the relationship that I had with my children. I had to take responsibility for that responsibility and accept it, and hold myself accountable for that. And it taught me, wow, I was wilding. I was moving very crazy, man. No wonder that person did this, and this, and that. But I learned a lot from it. And so I use that lesson to guide others. So a lot of people always come to me and ask me about certain things. So I would tell them my opinion on various topics because I've been there, And the 4th one is I speak openly about what I overcame, or I'm encouraging you to speak openly about what you overcame. Why? Because your story is someone else's survival guide. You know what I mean? So as I tell my story, hopefully that it can help somebody has been in predicaments like a severe breakup, loss of property, loss of relationship with your own children, and then after that, being homeless and, just various things. As I get up here and be transparent and be like a sacrificial lamb and be vulnerable, that could help you survive and navigate in your life. And I could also very importantly tell you what I learned from it. You know what I mean? And what I've learned from it, that could help you, to survive and navigate in your own life. You know what I mean? And here's the line basically, it's like, what was meant to destroy you became the source of your illumination. Yeah, what was meant to destroy you became the source of your illumination. The very thing that you thought was tearing you down and destroying you and breaking you, and that was the source of your illumination. That's how I came to that realization a long time ago. If you want olive oil, the olive must be crushed to get the oil out. So these are the type of revelations you get when you going through various trials, and you receive a lot of information, especially when you survive them and then get past them and heal from them as a survivor. So it's a survivor's guide, man. What was meant to destroy you is the source of your illumination. 5, you speak with intention, activating the illuminator frequency. So, as you have an energy, because your words carry energy more than most people. You got to realize you're different. Your words has density. It's very heavy and weighty. You notice when you talk, it really has a lot of substance in it, because it's really like you don't want to be involved in too many frivolous conversations. Things are too serious. As an illuminator, it's too serious. Don't mean you don't have fun and stuff like that, but more than most people, it's a lot of weight to what you're saying. You carry a lot of energy. As illuminators, we shift the room when we speak. Our voice exposes the truth, and it disturbs deception. That's a problem. That's a problem. It is a small problem for you, but a large problem for them. But you kind of get ostracized because of that. You know what I mean? You got to remember, you exposing darkness. You're not really going to be welcome. You ain't going to be invited to the cookout that much. You know what I mean? Your voice exposes truth. And your presence your voice exposes truth, and your presence disturbs deception. Any deception going on, just by you being present, it disturbs you. They don't want you around. And to harness this power, this is what you gotta do. You speak the truth even when it's uncomfortable. You speak the truth even when sometimes you don't want to tell your friend or this girl certain things when you're giving her advice, or sometimes you may not want to tell them certain things because they're not going to want to hear it. And you got to tell them anyway. If you love them, you got to tell them the truth, because open rebuke is better than secret love, man. You got to express it. That's part of being an illuminator. That's part of enlightening someone when you love them. You know what I mean? 2 of harnessing this power, you affirm what you are becoming. That is part of my process in morning ritual, and my evening ritual is affirming that which I'm becoming. That which I am becoming. Of affirmations. And you have to live and let your conversation be governed by your affirmations through the power of auto-suggestion. I'll teach y'all that later. And the law of repetition and the law of attraction. You have to, affirm that what you are becoming. A lot of y'all are coming into the fact that you are an illuminator. You're coming into a fact what that really entails. You have a gift, and you have gift, and you're gonna have a lot of doubtful thoughts that's gonna come against you being that gift, right? So you have to affirm. Third bullet point is pray, meditate with intention. You know, you have to pray to the Most High, get in tune with yourself through meditation and with a strong intention. That means you have your intent is through clarification, to guard, to protect your light, to speak, you know what I mean, even when it's uncomfortable. These are the things that you want to pray and meditate about, and find out what your gifts and capabilities are. And then to declare your identity daily. Declare your identity daily. You have to make declarations on who you are as you're going through your transformation, and accepting the fact that, hey, this is who I am. I am have the divine. I have the capability to be great and do it, and I will be doing great things. Because why? Greatness lives in me. You have to say that and declare that's part of who you are. Your identity is made in that, right? So, in these some of the affirmations, like, my light cannot be dimmed. You have to say these things to yourself, and then not only say it with feeling as if that's true. You gotta really believe it, and it don't just happen overnight. You gotta keep doing that on a daily basis. I walk with purpose. You're not just out here winging it. I walk with purpose. Say that to yourself. I attract clarity and truth. These are affirmations that you want to say on a daily basis. And 6 is my final point, is walk in purpose. This is the final stage of power. Walk in purpose. You know what I mean? So your gifts amplify when you use them for what they were given for. That's when you become extremely valuable, when you're using your gift for what they were made for. And your purpose as an illuminator is simple: to awaken, to expose deception, 2, 3, to guide. You're guiding people. 4, to uplift. You are uplifting people. And 5, to shift every space you enter. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's what you're here to do. That's what your purpose. A lot of people are like, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? And without getting contact into their identity and their gift that comes with their identity. You can have your gift, but you have to get in touch with identifying who you are. See, when I came across the information that I am a spiritual descendant of Gregory the Illuminator, and now I know what I'm supposed to be doing, now I'm doing it. So, because when you step into purpose, the creation of God, some people say the universe, I say the Most High, as well as His creation, or you're, in harmony and on one accord with the energy of God and all of His creation. It aligns to strengthen your gift. It aligns with you to strengthen you. You know what I'm saying? So if something is inside of you waking up right now, your illuminating power is activating. You know what I mean? So if that's true, I want y'all to type, I am activated. I am activated in the comment section. You did? So that's just my, my message on how to harness your power, and how, to make bullet points and go through them one-on-one so I can articulate exactly what you need to do to harness this power, because it's yours. It's used for your protection. It's also it's part of your gift, your purpose in life, and how you will help others. You know what I mean? And with that being said, you already know what to do. You, like I said, y'all, if you like somebody, you like yourself, hit that like button. Like someone else, hit that share button. You love yourself, hit that subscribe button. You did. You know what I mean? You want to be certified to be notified, hit that notification button, man. And y'all stay tuned for some of my more videos. I'm gonna do more reaction on what's really going on in this world. But we have to tackle self-mastery first, because you're gonna need it dealing with the information that you have and the power that you have and how to harness it. You know what I mean? So stay tuned for more videos. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? Y'all have a blast. Pass a while now and a greater later. Live the life of your design so you can have a good time for a lifetime. But more importantly, live the life of his design so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime, man. Yo, it's Gues the Rapper, aka Gues the Illuminator, here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game once again, man. Hey, I'm signing off. I love y'all. Peace.